Okay, welcome everybody to the Green Fork Food for Thought podcast. I'm your host, Steven Zabala. Today we have Renee Salerno. She is an endurance athlete, a mountain biker, a yogi, a skier, and so much more. A woman of many hats. She's also the owner of Namastetics, where she takes a natural and holistic approach to beauty and wellness. So yeah, thank you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for saying my business name correctly.
Yeah. It was a little tricky. I had to sound it out a few times when I was doing it. But so we met years ago.
Yes.
At one of my animal flow classes that I was teaching at Carly.
Hannah.
What is it?
Hannah's Healing, or it was in that bit. I don't know.
It was a really small
Super
studio.
small
What was it
studio.
called? I can't remember.
I
Anyways.
think Hannah's Healing used to have space in that building, and maybe that's why I think it's Hannah's Healing. But
It was Cagney's place.
yes, yeah,
Yeah. That was short-lived, but it was cool.
because the pandemic.
Yeah.
I took like 2 classes with you. I was like, this is my new thing.
Yeah. I was a little upset that folded, but that's the way it goes.
On to the next.
Yeah. I actually had a pretty good following with Animal Flow. I was teaching at the YMCA as well and developed like a nice following. Yeah, that fly loves you. And then, pandemic hit and it just shut everything down, and I was never really able to get that class going up again, but I would like to sometime,
I'll be there.
Okay, yeah. So that's where we met, and you also are a yoga teacher as well. And tell me a little bit about that, like how you got into yoga, what you like about it, and everything. Because we share that love for like different type of movement, right?
Yes.
Not just like on the mat, very rigid and structured, but like free flowing, dancey kind of.
Yeah, I'm definitely a dancey type of yogi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that came from my dance background. I danced when I was a kid. Nothing serious, just like tap dancing, ballet. Like my parents were like, go do that thing so you're not home all the time.
Yeah, they kind of chose it for you.
Yeah. But I loved tap dancing and I loved music. So, but I think I found yoga through cycling. I just needed something to like cross train and mix it up a little bit and move my body in more than just one plane.
Yeah.
So I started going to the hot studio, and it was like crazy intimidating. So then once I became addicted, obviously.
Yeah, which one does? Yeah.
I wanted to make yoga more accessible for like everybody. I wanted people to walk into a studio and feel comfortable, rather than I went in and I didn't talk to anyone for like 2 years before I went to teacher training.
Yeah.
So, and then I just wanted to like kind of put my own weird, unique flair on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Where'd you do your training?
Through the Hot Yoga Saratoga studio with Cindy and Julie Bell. And so we split our time between Lake Placid and Saratoga.
Yeah.
So it was over like a 9-month period, and we'd do like one weekend a month. Yeah. So we'd go to Lake Placid and like stay out there and just like, it was intense, like 4 classes a day, hot yoga. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But it was totally cool at the time. I was like, yes.
Yeah, you were in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss those days when I was like really into yoga. And with my teacher training, I did mine in Baja, Mexico.
Whoa.
It was super cool.
I graduated in Mexico.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah.
You guys all took a trip out there?
Well, I went on a retreat, and it was a last minute decision with my 2 teachers. And they were like, we were there at this Shinalani. So my teachers were teaching classes, and I think one of them was like tired and didn't want to teach, and they were like, you want to just give it a go?
Nice.
And they were like, good, you've graduated.
There you go. Yeah, trial by fire.
Yeah, totally. It was
Nice.
so cool.
That's cool. And so did they like encourage like your own style of things, or was it kind of
Ish, yeah. So they definitely gave us like a framework to follow. We called it the High Peaks flow. So it broke the flow up into a few different, categories of like just framework. So basically, like in a pinch, if you were scared, tired, not prepared, you could always go back to that flow and just play with it in some regard. And then come graduation day, everyone's testing or showing of their flow was so wildly different. But they're still following the same framework. So it's so beautiful to see how people are just like all over the map and like really doing it. Not everyone like,
Yeah. I think that's so cool. I think it's like you have to know the rules before you can break them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's one of the things about animal flow that's so cool. It's like, there's certain, positions and forms that you should adhere by, but then from there it's like you can do whatever you want with it.
Totally.
And we had something similar. It was called the Andara flow, and it was very dancey, very different than like your average like sun salutation.
Yeah, like the transition is really important.
Yeah.
Like how you get from pose to pose. Like that's to me that's like the most beautiful part.
Yeah. And so many people, I think, just like, let's do this and then we'll do this, and it's so rigid, and I don't know, I don't like that. I had trouble finding a class that I really liked when I moved back from Arizona. For that reason, it seemed, not bad, but just not really my style. And I was like, well,
better create one.
Yeah. Justin Wolfer used to do his primal flow, and he was actually inspired by the same guy that I went to his school, which is Budokan flow, which is a mix of yoga and martial arts and dance and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And he's got the Budokan flow, which is a 7-part series, similar to like what you were saying.
Yeah.
And you can kind of free for all or whatever in between, but once you have that guideline, it's super cool. That was the toughest class I ever took.
Yeah.
It felt like hot yoga. It was like it was a 2-hour thing.
You're creating the heat, though.
Oh my God! It was in Miami in the summertime. It was ridiculous. I was swimming. It was in a jiu-jitsu school, so like we had these big mats, and I was swimming in a puddle of my own sweat. It was gross, but it was like spiritually changing, life-changing for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that I found most valuable with yoga is not necessarily the physical practice, but just understanding myself better and just learning all these different tools and techniques to kind of hone in who I am in this world. And it kind of came at a pivotal time in my life, and it
always does.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And then it's there for you, like this best friend, right? Like whenever you need to fall back on it. And it might change, like, not doing hot yoga all the time or primal yoga all the time, but some kind of, it just evolves. Yeah. I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah. Like if I need a softer, gentler practice, I'll do that. If I feel like I need to move some spirits out of my body or something, then I'll like really give it a go.
Get into it.
Yeah. And I do like that you can, different types of movement, and I'm a very physical person, so
same.
I kind of work things out that way. A lot of times it's hard for me to sit still.
Yeah. So when things like fracturing a body part happen, it's like, what?
How'd that happen?
Mountain biking.
And what'd you do?
Fractured a little bone in my wrist.
Yeah.
Teeny little bone.
Yeah. Mountain biking is tough. It's
so
serious.
Fun.
Yeah.
And it's so, like, I fall all the time. Like, all the time. My friends make fun of me because, like, they're like, oh my God, she's down again.
Yeah.
But typically I don't do anything, like, really serious. But this one time.
Yeah.
So just, like, ripping down, having so much fun, almost out of the trail, and maybe a little bit too relaxed. And then, Oop.
Yeah, I think one of the things I like about movement and with something like mountain biking is you're in the zone. You're in that flow state where you're not thinking about anything else, just like, you're actually like one move ahead.
Right. You have to be, or else that's when you kind of, oops.
Yeah, you can't focus on what's right in front of you. You kind of be thinking 2 steps ahead.
Right, which is why I fall all the time, because I'll look down, because that's what fear makes you do. You look right in front of you, and you have to look out on the, 20 feet ahead.
Yeah.
Be prepared for anything coming, because if you're focused on that one little pebble right in front of you, you're going to hit the pebble and go flying or whatever. Yeah. So
I had one of the gnarliest spills I've ever had mountain biking. I was in college with my buddy, and I rode my bike throughout Greenfield trails all the time, and I thought I was cool, and I was like, oh, here's a little jump, I'm going to hit it. So I went full bore at it, and turns out there was like a 6-foot drop after it, which I didn't see. And my handlebar hit a tree, and I went over.
All kinds of bad things that happen right there.
I landed on my back from like 6 feet up, and never really gave it the same gusto.
You can't like breathe, and you're like, am I actually dying?
Yeah, it was terrible. My buddy was like, you made the most guttural sound that I've ever heard. I was like,
yeah, but it definitely makes you kind of step back a little bit. So I hope that the fear of breaking something doesn't make me step back, because I'm already kind of tentative as a rider, because I'm a little bit newer. Like, I've only been doing this a few years, so.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
So before mountain biking, you were a runner?
Yep.
Yeah.
Running came first. I injured myself running. So a friend of mine encouraged me to get into road biking, but it's a crazy expensive sport. I didn't have a ton of loot to throw around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got like a really cheap bike that my friends made fun of me for years. Like off like this magazine order performance bikes, you know. But it was what I could afford and it was totally fine. And just got like minimal gear and went out riding by myself mostly. And then I found a group of women. My friend encouraged me to go meet these badass women and a wide variety of ages. And they just pushed me so hard and they taught me all the rules of riding.
Yeah.
And then they also mountain bike. I have a skiing background, like I grew up skiing, so they also ski. So these girls are just like there constantly pushing me and yeah.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
A little community.
Oh yeah, big community.
A big community.
Yeah.
Nice. I never got into the road biking.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
But with cell phones and people on their cell phones while they're driving, it's super scary. So country roads like out where we're at right now, like Locust Grove, that's a nice place to ride. And then gravel riding has become really big. So you're on more unpaved terrain, but still like not quite mountain biking. And that's also a whole sport in and of itself. And yeah, so basically you just need a lot of bikes.
Yeah. And a lot of gear.
Yeah,
I see people wearing like the butt pad shorts and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know if I could do that.
Oh, you would give it a good ride.
Yeah.
You'd invest.
I maybe one day. Yeah. Right now I'm training for a half marathon.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll be in Scroon Lake in September.
I hear that's a beautiful half marathon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you still run?
I do. I just ran almost a half marathon yesterday for kicks.
No way. Just for fun. Yeah.
I can't ride, so I'm like, oh.
Are you running like competitively or
No,
doing any races
no.
or anything?
I like to run because I like to move and it's super fun. I'm not fast, but I enjoy it. I think moving my body in that way just feels like freedom.
Yeah.
So, So I just went out with a couple of girlfriends and I set up a date with my girlfriends and I wanted to go ride bikes and then go to the pool and just hang together. But then I fractured my wrist, so I couldn't ride. So some girls still rode, and then a couple of girls came on a long run with me.
Nice.
And then we all met up at the pool and caused a scene, and it was super fun.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, we cause scenes everywhere we go together.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, just being kids.
Nice. That's great. Yeah, I love it. Good fun. It's not like out at a bar drinking, like get together and do something.
We do that too, but
that's fair. I think what I love about running is like the meditative quality,
Totally.
like maybe sometimes my mind will be going to a million different places, but for the most part, it's like I'm just dialed in and breathing and noticing things and
it stinks at first. Like it takes a while to get your body into it. So I think that first 2-3 miles, you're like, man, this sucks. And then you're like flying, even though you might not be flying, but like you just feel free and like you're moving. That's the one sport I feel like you can think a lot about things. So it's nice because you really shouldn't be thinking about a lot of things when you're mountain biking or skiing. Like running, it's okay. It's just one foot in front of the other. Yeah. Where are you at in your training?
Well, I did 6 miles is the longest I've done,
Nice.
and I did it at an 8-minute 30 pace.
Okay, awesome.
Ish.
That's fast.
Yeah,
That's
it
real
was
fast.
pretty good.
Okay.
I was feeling good that day.
Nice.
And I've done one before. I did the paleo before.
So this is hillier.
It's going to be a little more hilly. The paleo was like 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And I got 2 hours and 1 minute.
Nice.
So
you wanted to break.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's really good.
I heard that 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 freaking minute. So I'm gonna try to beat that.
Yes.
But if I don't, then whatever.
Yeah,
it's just fun. Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't want to overtrain too much. I mean, the first one I did, I didn't really train all that much.
Right.
And I did pretty good.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that I still have that.
Yeah, variety is the spice of life. So.
Yeah, I think it's just giving myself something to train for.
Yeah.
For a while I was out there with no goals,
Right.
physically or whatever, no competitions. I kind of stopped doing jiu-jitsu, so I didn't really have anything that was propelling me, to keep fit or whatever. But now that I have this, I'm out running. I'm like doing more PT style exercises, and keeping my body good and eating clean. Stop drinking. Like it feels good.
Because the night before your run, you have to think about everything that you put in your body because you learn quickly that what doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what went wrong there?
Yeah, they say nothing new on race day, right?
Yes.
So just, I don't know, keep it clean.
Yeah.
I eat pretty clean. I don't actually had this conversation with Katie Tansey
Yeah.
about race day fueling, and I like to run with nothing in my stomach. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a banana or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just feel weighed down if I have a whole big meal before I eat.
Especially running. I think a little bit of something right before you go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the type of person, I wake up and I have to eat right then.
Yeah.
Or else someone's going to die. But before a run, it's like a little something simple, like a little banana.
Yeah.
Piece of toast with peanut butter.
Yep.
And then while you're out there trying to figure out what foods taste good while you're running long distance, because calories are super important while you're running.
Yeah.
I never understood that until I got into cycling. Because when I would run, I wouldn't really run more than an hour, hour and a half, and you could certainly make it without any food. But then your body starts to fail, and then it's not pretty.
So what do you do when you're doing these longer excursions, whether it's biking or running? Like, do you do gels and gummies and stuff?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But they taste gross.
Yeah.
I haven't found one that I'm like, wow, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I try to eat a lot of real food while I'm riding. It's much easier to eat real food while you're riding rather than running. Running, I feel like goos are kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of jostling in the belly.
Yeah.
But like, so I'll carry like sandwiches. I've been known to carry meatballs riding.
Nice. I love that.
Like, everyone's like, what's that smell?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be my meatballs.
She's Italian. Yeah. That's so funny. Pulling out a sloppy meatball, just eating it.
You know, no sauce. Like, don't get crazy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The spaghetti.
But running, gels and electrolytes. So I like the Element for my electrolytes.
Yeah.
That's a great product.
Yeah.
But we've just been playing around with those maple syrup gels.
Mm-hmm.
They're not too shabby.
Yeah, I've seen a honey one before.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's got like electrolytes and a little caffeine and some
Yeah.
honey. I've been thinking of like somebody needs to make a perfect supplement for what I want. You know, selfishly, maybe I should make it myself. But
There
I want
you
like
go.
a little bit of caffeine, some electrolytes, and some nootropics.
Yes.
All in there, all in one thing.
This is your new company.
I know, I should do it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, some adaptogens.
And you
some,
have enough friends to like try this on.
I know. I'm friends with tons of athletes.
Yes.
So just try this. Tell me what you think.
I just find that the gels and the bars, everything that is geared for endurance athletes, it's also sweet, and I'm not really like a sweet tooth person.
Yeah.
So, because let's be honest, meatballs really aren't the best thing to eat.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But they sure do taste good. So there's like a little bit of like happiness in the food. So like meat sticks, I'll take meat sticks sometimes, but that's not necessarily the best thing to eat. So you need like those simple carbohydrates that give you energy quickly. So like a gel and then chase it with a meat stick.
There you go. Perfect combo. A little
There you
protein,
go.
some carbs. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really fascinates me, the like athletic nutrition. Or I have this book, Nutrient Timing for Peak Performance. And endurance.
Boring title.
I know. It's like a textbook. But it is really cool. It's like, you know, endurance athletes have a different type of nutrition plan than, say, a power lifter.
Oh, yeah.
Or, you know, whatever sport it is. But it is super important to get the right nutrients and time them the right way. Mm-hmm. I've been working with some MMA fighters, some wrestlers and stuff like that, to dial in their diets and get them to a weight cut. And it's fascinating. Like, you can do it with real food, but a lot of these guys don't eat a lot of real food, and you have to try to figure out a way to taper them down and not just like drain their bodies of water.
Yeah.
And so you have to eat to fuel your performance, which is...
It's different for every athlete. It's different for every person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when I was lifting a lot, going to the gym, they had like a little nutrition program, and so I like signed up for it, and I was like not feeling well at all because they didn't understand that like on the weekends and on my free time, like I'm out for hours. So I'd be like, oh man, I didn't feel good. And they're like, well, maybe have another 30 carbohydrates. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, if they don't understand, that's why it's all individual, right? Like you said, people will just put you on a weight cut, right? That's like the most common thing that you see. If somebody goes to the gym, they're trying to lose weight or lose body fat. But if you're an athlete with not a lot of body fat to lose, you need more
Gotta stay
calories.
upright.
Yeah, you need more, not less.
Yeah.
And I think that gets confused
Yeah.
a lot of times.
It's like leave it to the professional.
Yeah, or just ask you what you're doing.
What you're really, like really do a lot of investigative research about the lifestyle. Yeah, it's super important.
For sure.
Because that can make a happy run or a really crappy run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got these like little THC gummies.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're only like 3 milligrams, but they have a little caffeine, a little THC, CBD, and like some other stuff in there, electrolytes.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's like running with that kind of helps me tune out all the other stuff, and it makes for a really happy run, like you said.
I did that a lot in the pandemic.
Yeah.
I ran long distances with my sister. Like every other day, I'd drive to Cloverdale or Pilot Knob, and we'd go for a long run together. And I was just like, just a little THC.
Yeah, just like not too much.
It was great.
Yeah. It really is like.
And by the time you're done running, it's all gone.
Right.
So Yeah.
You just feel like, amazing. Yeah.
Look at that hill. Let's go up it.
Yeah. Like I did a hill sprints the other day, and I had eaten one, and I was like, any other time this would be miserable. Right. But I was like happy to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play.
It is. Yeah. That's what it felt like. It's like, oh, I'm challenging myself, and it was really hard. It was like 1 minute sprints, 7 rounds.
Oof.
Not a lot of time in between to rest.
Yeah.
But I just felt like super energized and super happy about it. And was challenging myself. It was fun.
That's so cool.
It was fun. Yeah. So what other types of athletic endeavors have you done?
Yeah. So cross-country skiing has been kind of a newer sport for me as well.
Yeah.
I'd say mountain biking and cross-country skiing are probably the 2 newest endeavors.
Yeah.
So my partner Jeremy, he grew up cross-country skiing. I grew up downhill skiing, and to hang with him, it's like nice to what is the word? Compromise. Yeah. What is that word I don't do?
Yeah.
Compromise on like activities. So it was such a humiliating thing because I just figured, obviously, as a downhill skier, I'm gonna totally be awesome at cross-country skiing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a different.
It's so different. It's a whole nother world. It takes a lot more coordination, and then that led to. So we really like to do like some backcountry, cross-country skiing. So just like trails, take the dogs, exploring, make an all-day kind of affair out of it. Yeah. And then that kind of led to skate skiing. So a couple years ago, we went to Garnet Hill for, I think it was either celebrate his birthday or our anniversary. And I rented some equipment because it looks like a thing that I would like to do. You're like more of like a skating motion.
Sure.
Definitely more of those cycling muscles. So I gave that a whirl and totally hooked. And again, it's completely different than cross-country skiing in a classic sense or in a backcountry sense. So it's just like a whole nother skill set that makes you feel humble and you fall. But like in the efficiency of the body and how you're moving and like just learning the technique is so important. So learning the technique is crazy frustrating, but really super duper fun and a great workout. And then outdoors in the winter time, there's some great like the golf course over here, Brookhaven, they have an amazing cross-country ski setup there. And they tend to get a little bit more snow than we get even in town, Yeah. So that's super fun. My partner, Jeremy, his main sport was rock climbing.
Oh, cool.
So when we started dating, I injured myself in yoga. So I really couldn't do much. So I just like went with him and his friends while they were climbing. And I was just there to spectate, but I brought a harness that I had never used before that I owned.
Like real rock climbing, not indoor. Yeah.
Yep. So that was like my first real taste of rock climbing was on that like date. Like one of the first dates, I was like just going to watch him and his buddies. And then they're like, encouraged me to get up there. And,
that's cool.
So scary. I was like this far off the ground and I was like frozen for like a really long time.
Yeah.
But again, like going to the gym and doing some outdoor climbing and learning the safety and it's really fun. I like learning new things. Yeah. So that's part of it,
Yeah. So I was just going to say is like the rewiring of your brain to learn a new task, especially a physical one.
Yeah.
Just be a forever student. I think there's so much.
Be a beginner.
Yeah. There's so much value in that.
Totally. Yeah. We don't do a ton of climbing right now, but I imagine we'll probably get back into it. We like to go to the gym sometimes in the winter, but mountain biking has definitely taken the cake for the newest fun activities. And I could take my dogs mountain biking with me, and they just like, they're so happy. They're just running through the woods like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think that one spill that I had kind of spoiled it for me. I haven't really been out there since, but it looks like a lot of fun. I know a lot of my friends do it.
Give it another chance.
Maybe I will. Yeah.
There's a lot of spills. They're usually not that bad though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I used to skateboard too, and like all those kind of extreme sports where you really have to be in the zone.
Yeah.
Going back to them, I'm just not as coordinated as I used to be.
Yeah.
But maybe I should.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like the
There's
relearning.
so many trails in this area now.
Yeah.
I think you probably were doing the sport when there wasn't a lot of trail systems. Now there's trail systems that are like really fun and flowy. Not everything is crazy technical.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like build your skills and progress in that manner. So it's like nice and steady and slow. And then, you know, like you try a couple of black trails and you're like, oh, okay, that was like enough. And then come back to something a little bit more green and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the one that's up? It's right by me in Wilton on Route 9 there. It's like the...
Oh, graphite.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I did this.
Oh, is that where you did that? Yeah. I always see people, they have like switchbacks and stuff.
Yeah,
that, like,
that's
it looks
where I did
really
this.
fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
No, it really is. But I think what happened is I was on my way out. I was having fun, and you start to like loosen up a little bit, and it just happened so fast. So, but that trail system is super duper fun. It's newer, opening to the public like that. Like not, I mean, it used to be like a ski center, I believe, back in the day. But not crazy technical, so really great for all folks like starting out. There's a couple of, you know, gnarly sections in there, but so you can kind of like, you get off and walk, you know, you don't have to ride everything. And then eventually that'll connect with the Simba Trail, so off Daniels Road.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there's KP out kind of where I live, heading towards Schuylerville. Those are super fun and flowy, and yeah, it's just a super, super fun sport you can do with your family, your dogs, like alone. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should fix up the tires on the bike.
Do that.
Maybe I'll go with you one time. We should go and
in 2
check
weeks.
it out. In 2 weeks. Are you going to get right back out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome.
I might not go to Graphite for my first ride, but
yeah. Shy away from that one for a little bit until you feel good. Yeah. We went in this place. It was in Rhode Island. It's called Lincoln Woods, and I don't really know what, like Black Diamond or whatever. Like I don't know what kind of trail we were on, but it had some fun ones, and I kept up for a little while.
Nice.
My buddy and I, but then after that spill, man, it's just it's tough.
It scares you.
Yeah. So, are you doing yoga? Are you able to do yoga with that?
Yeah. So for me, it's a little bit boring because I can't do a lot. I've been creative. Like it's a lot of standing, obviously postures. And transitioning without my hands, which is always super hard, you know, kind of rocking and rolling up to a standing position from being on the back. I'm still teaching privates, and it definitely takes me back to my skill set from teacher training, where our teachers were like, you need to be able to teach a class without actually doing it.
Yeah.
So like hands behind your back and be able to describe how the body is moving in space. So that's and I like being able to do that because I think that's a really strong skill set.
Yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with being on the mat while you're teaching, because that's fun too, and a lot of people like to see their teachers on the mat. But yeah, still practicing, but it's definitely more of a stretchy, restorative kind of place. I'm definitely not in an intense hot yoga place anymore.
Yeah. I think that coming from the yoga background, I think yoga teachers have the best way of cueing movements. Yeah. You know, because of that, because we're taught to do it without practicing it, right? So even now with my fitness coaching and different barbell movements and kettlebells and dumbbells and all the exercises, I'm able to like think a little bit deeper on, you know, different ways to cue things. Right. And it really shows, you know, I think some of the best cues come from yoga. Yeah. Absolutely. And then it's so fun how like different teachers cue and how you can hear the same cue for years, and then one day you're like, oh my gosh, that's what you mean. Yeah. I remember like the first time I took a yoga class, I'd always been into fitness and whatever, and going to the gym and stuff, but the first yoga class I took, my hips just opened up so much. I felt like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like I could just kick.
You're like, let me side kick, swing kick.
It was amazing. It was amazing, and I didn't think that was possible.
What was your first yoga class? Like, where was that?
It was with, well, actually, I don't know if it was my first one, but this is the one I recommend.
That clicked.
Yeah. I think it was with Justin Wolfer at his spot. I don't know what it was called, but think it was just a regular
Oh my gosh, now I don't remember either.
Rise.
Rise. Whew,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and that got me hooked. So
Yeah.
I was over there for, I don't know, a few months or whatever. And he had the Primal Flow class, which I
Yeah.
really liked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a regular class, and just being in like Warrior and all those hip opening things, I'd never done that before.
Right.
And I was like, holy crap, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I felt so good.
Tap into all these different energy sources just by
Yeah.
moving in a different direction.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I think that I was always kind of, a big thinker, in terms of like spirituality and philosophy and stuff, and always a mover, but I had never linked the two.
Oh yeah.
So when I took some yoga classes and I took a Kundalini class too, it kind of just put it together.
That was for me.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
able to like feel the energy in my body, not just like read about it on paper, but actually feel it. So powerful.
It's so powerful. It almost like made me afraid the first time. I was like, and then like you start to lean into it because it's just like so new. But Kundalini is so cool.
Yeah.
I think my first class ever was a Kundalini class, and then I was like, that was messed up.
Yeah.
And then when I went back to it after playing around a little bit more, I was really able to lean into it. But yeah. You create a lot of energy and power in those flows.
For sure.
And that like kind of repetitive movement and the breathing, and that fly is into us.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Shoo.
I said this on a podcast before, but like the energy, she had us doing energy work, right? Like some movements, and then just moving energy through the body, and I felt like a bright green aura emanating from my chest.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, what is this? I'd never felt it before.
Yeah. Did you go like research it at all afterwards?
Well, it was,
like look into your chakras.
yeah,
And, like, yeah.
It was the whole point of that class, I think, was the heart chakra.
Yeah.
And she had us doing a lot of like, rib
Swirling,
cage movement,
yeah.
and open arms and stuff like that. A lot of bridge, thoracic spine opening, and having never done that before, it like really opened.
Yeah.
And then the breathing and everything and moving the energy. So yeah, I mean, it was just I remember leaving and just floating on the way home.
You're like, I love you. I love you.
Exactly. She was like, send energy to someone you care about, and I was thinking about someone, and it just felt so so great.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So after all these years of practicing, like, what brings you back to the mat? Like, what do you like about yoga now? I know it kind of transforms over time.
Oh yeah, changes all the time.
Yeah.
At certain points it's been more like cross training. Sometimes it was like just kind of tapping into that like dancey thing, because I really crave that a lot, and I wasn't like taking dance classes at the time, so that was like fulfilling that kind of like urge, need, that like sense of freedom and like just feeling like really good in your own skin. Right now yoga is like definitely more restorative, stretchy, and a great cuddle time with my pups. They're just like super into it. If I lay on the floor, they're like, yeah, mom.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely more like longevity in my sports, because as I get older, like even running back-to-back days, it's not really in the cards for me a ton, like where I could go out and run 6 miles a day every day in my 20s and 30s. Now it's like you could do 2 big days next to each other, but then I'm going to need a couple of days to take a break and do some movement and yoga, different movement. So I think it's just like this wonderful thing that I have in my back pocket always to keep safe and calm the nervous system down, or whatever that might be, but more like restorative and taking care of my body, less beating it up.
Yeah. There are some strong, powerful flows out there that'll definitely beat you up, but I think that's where I'm kind of at too with, as far as like the restorative piece. And it is such a great, side to side thing with athletic training. Can't think of the word right now. Yeah. But
compliment. It's a nice compliment.
Yes, a compliment. Yeah. It's a nice compliment to any sort of athletic training. If I go out and run, I have a sticky hip, and I need to do some. Thankfully, I know a lot of these yoga postures, and I'm very in tune with my body to recognize what it needs. So I'm kind of in the same boat there. And I do miss also that like free flowing experience. I was never a dancer like you. But that is my form of dance.
There's something in you that is a dancer.
I like just putting on some music, like some R&B or like some beats.
It up and just like
so loud. Yeah. And then just like flowing, being the only one in the room, get some lights going or something. It's so much fun.
I still have this fantasy. It's going to happen one of these days. I want to have a class where the lights are dim in the beginning, and I teach like a little bit of a flow, but it's basically a little bit of a dance routine, but it's yoga postures with a little bit of like some weird Renee moves in there too.
Yeah.
And then lights go down, candles go up, music blasts, and everyone can just move. And I know that they do the things now, like you've got your own headphones and you're dancing and
the
disco
silent parties.
And, But I want to be together in the group, like the unity of that, and just like let everybody rock out, you know. And with the lights low, they can just, you know, be whoever the heck they want to be.
Yeah.
And you could also just stay that rigid line, like, she taught me this flow 10 minutes ago and I'm going to do that flow.
Yeah, but I think the energy in the room with everybody kind of doing their own thing, if somebody was like that, with the music and everything, like you would have to
even add a little spice to it, right?
Yeah, you'd have to do something new.
Freedom to be weird.
Yes, I love that. And if you do that class, please let me know, because I will be there.
Cool.
In my training, we did a night like that.
Nice.
Excuse me, where we were kind of all just like, the lights were low, everybody was kind of dancing and having fun, and there were some people doing like ground movements. That was me. I was doing ground stuff.
Yeah.
And then she played a Rage Against the Machine song, and everybody was like amped up. And there was this tiny girl from Israel that was there, and she was running across the room, motherfucker, yeah,
like high kicking. And
oh, she was going crazy, and it just amped me up. And like, that's the vibe I want, you know.
Yeah.
Just like that free flow. I mean, it's so incredible. And I think another thing we did, I don't know if this is the right thing, but it's Saha yoga, where it's just like kind of moving from your heart and doing
I've
what
heard
you
of
want.
it. I've never been to like a class or a practice specifically dedicated, but
It was cool. It was just like, she put on the music and everybody just kind of did their own thing and moved how they wanted to. And yes, please do that. Please do that. That was like the goal for me as well with the animal flow and the primal flow classes that I was teaching, is like, I want to build people up to a base where they know these movements.
And then they can just go.
And then just
Let
go.
it rip.
Yeah. And I would kind of do that towards the end. I would be like, okay, here's a 3-minute song. We're going to keep moving.
I remember you did it. In the, like, I went to 2 classes, and I remember, like, by the second one, I was like, I got these moves. And then you gave us a little free time, and it was really super fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that fly.
Damn fly.
He's the 3rd podcast guest.
He's like, I got shit to say.
Yeah, so that's great. And then if you do that, I will be there. And
Cool.
if I teach animal flow,
I'll be
again,
there. Yeah.
you'll be there. Great. So besides movement, you're an aesthetician.
Yeah.
Which I went to the place where you worked at before, like a few years ago. I forget the name of it, but Spa Cascata.
Yes.
And I had like a package for a facial or whatever.
Yeah.
The girl I was with at the time, we went and got facials and massages.
That's sweet. Yeah.
It was nice.
It's a nice thing to do together. You're like separate but together, and
Yeah. Facials are nice, but I'm not like a facial guy. You know, I don't.
You only have half your face.
I know, and my beard's covering up everything. I guess you could do my head, but I'll say that it was very relaxing.
Yeah.
And I felt so refreshed. And I think it's just that, like, calming the nervous system and getting like a head massage is just amazing. But tell me more about like what an esthetician does, what you do. Yeah. Because I don't really know that much at all.
So that's a huge component of being an esthetician, is helping people relax, calm down, slow down, self-care, but it's also a big part education. So the skin is our largest organ, and that's like my favorite thing to say to people. Yeah. Because it's like you with food, right? Like, you wouldn't put bad food into your body because it's so important. This is the only body you have. Yeah. So people spend money on their food, they spend money on their clothing, they spend money at the gym to stay fit, but your skin is this thing that's holding everything together. Yeah. But you're gonna go to CVS and buy some like weird ass wash. So it's education. Like, this is important. It's not just frilly stuff. It's not just makeup. It's the thing that we're living in every day. Yeah. So learning how to take care of the skin, learning what's right for your skin, learning how your skin changes as you age, how to protect it, how to care for it, basically. But a huge component of what I do is help people relax. Yeah. So we do talk a little bit. There's a little bit of education in every facial. I'm analyzing the skin. We're talking about products that you're using at home, products that you should be using at home, things that you should be doing for services in-house. And then, you're getting your arms and your hands rubbed, which feels good. And it's also good for the skin.
Yeah.
You're getting your head rubbed. You're getting your face massage, which helps with, removing toxins from the body. So that lymphatic massage on the face. That's kind of the gist of it. My business, Namastetics, is kind of smushing all the things that I love together with self-care and health and wellness. So I'm offering yoga on either corporate or private one-on-one sessions. So I've done bachelorette parties. I've done a surprise birthday party for a bunch of women. I've gone to, bonding, like group co-working bonding kind of situations where I'm going to an office space and I'm teaching yoga. And then in my space, I can do a one-on-one dedicated practice. So a lot of the times it's for folks that are they used to go to yoga, they got out of practice, and they're intimidated about going back into the studio. It's been a long time. I don't remember the poses. My body's different, so they just want to kind of get a stable footing before going back into the studio, because it's very intimidating.
Yes, it is.
A lot of the times I'm working with folks that are dealing with an injury or a specific thing that they want to work on. I want to gain mobility in my thoracic spine or my hamstrings or whatever that is. So we'll work on mobility, and so it's not always a dedicated flow like I would teach in the studio.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is. Sometimes people want to come in and they just want to flow it out and have some fun. And so there's that component. And then Reiki, which is an energy work and really just also helps with the nervous system. And I like to think of Reiki as, number one, it's an energy exchange. There's energy in everything and everyone. Mm-hmm. But it's not a guided meditation, but it's kind of a designated time where you're allowed the space to meditate in a way, and it's hands-on. There's no talking or anything, but that's kind of the simplest way for me, is an energy exchange and time to meditate. Yeah. And then kind of combining the things together is also really nice. Yeah. So I'm taking a restorative yoga training in November, and I'm super excited to pair the restorative one-on-one yoga postures, which definitely help to calm the nervous system down, reset, great for relaxation, pair that with my Reiki. And I just think that's going to be like the wham bam. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. I love it. That's a really great combination, and I'm glad that you were able to take all your passions and put them into that project. Eventually someday I'd like to I have this dream in my head, like a motel or a cabin somewhere where I can really put them all together. Biking, running, food, because I love to cook. Yeah. And then yoga, aesthetics. So someday. That's great. Stay tuned. Like a wellness center, like a spa retreat in the woods somewhere. Where people might want to come and stay. And we're going to go on a mountain bike ride. I'm going to pack these really healthy lunches for you. I'll be your guide. Jeremy's taking folks out to a rock climbing trip. And whatever, Yeah. I don't know if he's signed up for this yet, but. He's in. He doesn't even know it, but he's in. Yeah. Yeah, that whole compromise thing. That's great. So with the Reiki, I've always been curious about that. I never went for it. They had it offered, but I always thought it was really cool to be able to feel people's energies and be able to. Well, you can. Everyone can. Yeah. So being attuned to Reiki is something a little bit different, but we're all capable of doing that. Yeah. So the way that it was explained to me is you're just a channel to light energy which you want to bring to that person, or withdraw some energy from them, or whatever. So and that's essentially it. There's so many ways to describe it. We could go on a whole nother podcast about this, and I'm still I'm a little bit newer to the game. I've only been doing this a few years, so I'm not trying to act like I'm any kind of expert at this, but essentially, yes, the Reiki energy that the Reiki practitioner is attuned to deliver is always going to go to the highest and the greatest good. So I can't have a plan when I'm delivering Reiki to you, let's say, of I want you to do your marathon with the best time ever, right? Yeah. But I can give you Reiki and send it towards you and your marathon work, and whatever the highest and greatest good is for that, that's what's going to happen. So there's something kind of freeing even with that for me. Am I doing it right? Yeah, sure, because you can't do it wrong. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So that kind of
and then you add the movement into it, or like the you know,
or the stillness,
different postures.
the postures, yeah.
Yeah, because I know and I can see it, and I've talked about it before. Like being a mover and a movement coach, like you see how people hold themselves, you see how they move throughout a yoga practice or a workout or something, and you can just tell like how they move is how they be in the world, you know. And to be able to kind of help people free some of that stuck energy or whatever it might be, is a great thing to give to the world, but also just a really cool thing to like nerd out on, I guess.
Yeah.
It fascinates me.
Yeah, same. Me too. Yeah, I'm sure if we like watched ourselves, we'd be like, "Why are you holding yourself that way?"
Yeah. I try to like fix my posture as often as I can.
Yeah, my natural posture is like as in aesthetics and like a little bit like I'm within, I'm shy. So I'm gonna go like this, but opening up.
Yeah, I'm a chef, so I like work like this all the time, and like this shoulder's jacked up because of it. But you know, I do try to, like with the restorative stuff and the stuff that I learned from yoga, like try to breathe through and use some of those tools that I learned from Kundalini just to move energy and breathe into stuck areas, and I can feel it a lot. Like last week I had like a rough morning, right? And I was like tense and nervous, and I didn't know why.
Yeah.
I couldn't really place why.
Like everything's in place. What's going on?
Yeah, but it's just this feeling, and so you know, I just moved. I discovered this like new sort of like lymphatic Tai Chi where you just bounce up and down and swing and twist and just move and whatever, and it like shook all of it out, and I felt amazing.
And you're like, okay, let's go, Day.
Yeah, right, yeah. So I mean, it's interesting to see like where people hold energy and whatever in their body.
Yeah.
And to be able to like work with that and manipulate it and whatever is super cool.
It's been really fun because the Reiki is something newish for me, just a couple of years. A lot of my friends with opening my own business, they've been super supportive. Like, I'm going to come in, I'm going to try X, Y, and Z, you know, like step outside of their comfort zone, throw me a bone, right? And it's happened a few times that some of my friends and, you know, friends of friends have tried a Reiki session and they're like, wow, that's so cool. Like, what did you see? You know, I didn't see your future, but it's great.
Madame Salerno with the term.
But you can see how just like them slowing down and that energy exchange and them being open to it and me being open to it and how just absolutely beautiful that is. And it's been a really fun road, like playing with all these new things and kind of seeing how they're working together and what this business is going to be. Like, who knows? Like, it
could be anything you want. And
sure.
You know, I think like with my business too, it's similar, you know, and I think everybody that starts their own business wants to kind of,
you're like, I'm going to do this, and then it goes this way, and you're like, I guess I'll do that.
Well, I just have so many things that I love and I'm interested in, which is why this podcast is cool, because I get to talk to people about the things that I'm into. But it's like, you know, the podcast, and it's my movement coaching and the nutrition coaching, and then the cooking of the food, and you know, putting all the content out and stuff like that. And it's just a whole bunch of things, and it's constantly growing. And I think it just allows me to be more free and explore the things that I love. And you know, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I couldn't imagine working for somebody else or going to.
I've often thought that, like, seeing you out and about in the community, I'm always like, this guy works so hard. Like, when does he sleep? But then now I get it. Like, you're working that hard, whether you're working for yourself or for someone else, but you get to do all the things that you love. So you're just like, wake up like, yes, let's do this. Let's, you know? So I totally get it now. But I definitely would, like a few years ago, I was like, does he ever sleep? Like, he's got this business, he's doing that, he's teaching here, he's going there. But
it's a lot, but it doesn't feel like work most of the time.
Yeah,
you know, only when I have to like call insurance companies and call like, you know, do the nitty gritty stuff. Stuff like that. You know, I don't really love, but you know, it's all part of it, and it also, I mean, financial health. You know, I've had somebody on here to talk about that. That's something I never really thought of, because
I watched that little blip and I was like, got any more for me?
She's really good. Emma Movick, she's really good.
Super cool.
But you know, I'm always just kind of out there like chasing what I want to do, and like the money comes in, and I don't really, it's just enough to pay my bills and live, you know, support my family and stuff, and that's great. But in the process of starting a business and you know, getting a little more serious about that, my future and stuff, that growth process, that learning something new, is constant, and it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Opening this business, I said to Jeremy a few times, 6 learns in one day is my maximum.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly learning new things, like every day. And I love that. It's amazing. I never want to get to the place where I'm like, yep, I know it all.
Yeah.
So, but 6 is my maximum.
Yeah. No more new things, please, universe. No.
I can't handle
I'm
7.
done. Yeah. So something about the esthetician business and stuff like that. Toxic chemicals in skin products. Right, like you said, don't go to CVS and buy like the random stuff.
Right. So there's all these different. So Instagram, TikTok, they're in our faces all the time, which is great, and it's also a huge inconvenience sometimes too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it sometimes can take a lot away from the professional, whatever the professional is. But with skincare, it's a really fast growing industry. Aesthetics, medical aesthetics. So it's really confusing when you have all this information coming at you.
Yeah.
But it is important what we're putting in our body and on our bodies.
100%. Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of fully green companies, and I think that's wonderful. That's great. And then there's Clean Clinical, which I also think is wonderful. So everything might not be fully 100% organic and green, but it is not really affecting the hormones in a negative way, or we're minimally, hurting, hurting, but, trying not to impart anything too negative on the body.
Yeah.
But then you can go, crazy, and just the idea with like drugstore products is typically it's mostly water and alcohol. Those are like the main ingredients. So although it might be gentle, or those are the words that you hear a lot, like, I'm just using a gentle cleanser from CVS, right? Well, it might not be that gentle because the first 2 ingredients are alcohol and water. But what we are putting on and in the body is super important. So how far you want to go with that? Like, are you a vegan? Are you a vegetarian? Are you fully organic? Or are you at McDonald's 3 days a week? Like, and that exists in skincare too. And it's all fine and well. It's just what lane do you want to be in, and understanding that the choices that you make for those products that you're putting on the body are affecting you on some level, and it's important. So I'm not here to preach about what you should or shouldn't do, but when my clients are coming to me and they're saying, this is my issue with my skin and I'd like that to change, I'm going to offer up an option, whether it's something that they take home that they use, a service that I'm offering, or a service that one of my friends is offering that could help.
Yeah, so when you said that, my brain kind of went to, it's similar for nutrition, but it's just, instead of in the body, it's on the body, right? And like, it doesn't matter which diet plan you choose, but if you want this one, then you're able to provide that information.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy, and maybe this is all I see, maybe it's like the doomsday kind of stuff, but like, toxic chemicals in different types of clothes that you wear, and shampoos and deodorants, and
so scary.
All these things. And I tried to switch to, I'm slowly working my way. I don't need shampoo.
Right.
But
you can use it though.
Yeah, I could, I use like natural soap, which sometimes can be drying, but I like a tea tree soap. And then I switched to like a native deodorant. I was using another product before, but it kind of stopped working. I think I changed the formula. And I can't say that I really noticed anything different, but it does make me feel better about like my choices,
Yeah, and I think that's a big piece to the puzzle. Like, you want to feel good about your choices. You want to be informed as you can be. So like, just chatting, like for me, if I wanted some help with nutrition, I would chat to you on like, hey, what do you think is the best meal plan for me? These are my goals. This is my fitness plan, whatever. This is what I want to achieve. Then I would go to the professional, and then you would line me up with something. So for you, looking for skin and skincare help, products to use, you would come to me and you're like, okay, I want to keep it real simple. I don't want to put a lot of chemicals in my body, but I also want to age gracefully, right? Yeah. So I would come up with a little plan for you.
Skincare seems like a lot. I mean, so mine, what I do is
overwhelming.
It can be like, so when I got that facial, she did like 7 different things to me, and I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do this every day. But I know a lot of women, and probably men too, have like a 7-8 step process.
So that's
they get out of
another
the
thing,
shower.
is looking at your lifestyle. So when someone comes in for a treatment, number one, figuring out the right treatment for them. I know if someone has a hard time settling down and relaxing, I'm not going to give them my 60-minute facial with a lot of massage. That's not what they want. They won't be able to relax and get comfortable. They want more action, efficacy, and kind of in and out, and that's what's going to suit their needs.
Yeah.
So we can do a shorter facial, very efficacious, if that's a
Efficient?
word.
Yeah. Efficacious. I like that word. That's a good one.
Edit. So very effective. Haha. There we go. Very effective treatment, but not a lot of, the arm and hand massage or relaxing components. So it's still going to do the job that we're intending to do, but they're going to be able to get up and move on with their lives. So typically when you're in for an in-house treatment, we're trying to create this very relaxing setting. So there's a lot more steps than you would do at home.
Yeah.
Maybe. But for someone like me, I'm into this sort of thing. So my nighttime routine is definitely going to be a little bit longer than the average bear.
Sure.
But setting you up with a home care routine, it's super important to know how many steps are you willing to go through.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be crazy. It can be as simple as cleanse, protect, whatever. So like cleanse, serum, moisturizer. That's it. It doesn't have to be wild and crazy. We can add eye creams. We can add weekly masks. You can add X, Y, and Z if that's something that you're passionate about and that makes you feel good, or you're trying to achieve a certain goal, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be really simple and just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be that
doesn't have to
crazy
be that
7-step process.
But every esthetician will tell you this. There's the number one thing that you have to do is wear your SPF and reapply.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm bad with that, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that you should change.
SPF out there. Okay.
Yep.
A friend of mine is an esthetician as well, and she gave me this UV spray. It's a mineral-based thing, and it's not... What's the problem with
Chemical and mineral.
Sunbow or whatever?
Yeah, so they're definitely loaded with more chemicals than a mineral. So there's mineral, chemical, and then you can have a blend of the mineral and chemical SPF. And there's a lot of different arguments. We don't have to get into it. I prefer mineral-based for my own skin. But either way, wearing SPF is the smartest thing to do.
Okay. And why is that?
So that's going to protect you from your UVA, your UVB, and your blue light. If it's a higher quality blue light protection, you're going to cover all your bases there. But that's the number one thing that's aging your skin. And then there's that nasty little C word. Cancer.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then reapplication is important. So a lot of times people put their SPF on in the morning. They're like, I did it. I'm doing it. This is awesome.
Yeah.
2 hours later, you got to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should keep it on me and spray it.
Keep it on you. There's also other options that are a little bit easier. So like you can put on your SPF, whether it's a cream or a spray or whatever you're using in the morning before you leave the house. And then throughout the day, they make these cute little blush brush mineral powders, and you can just dust them on, and you can keep it in your pocket and
I've
travel.
I've seen those. It's like a little stick, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need ease of application.
Yeah, that's
You're
why I
not going
think
to bust out your spray every 2 hours.
Yeah. I keep it in my car, and
bad place to keep it.
Oh, because it gets
the
hot.
heat
Yeah,
and the cooling.
it'll destroy it.
Yeah. So that's why those mineral powder sticks are like I recommend them to everybody. So
okay.
There's a bazillion different brands out there that you can look into.
Yeah. Well, this is good for me. I'm learning. I need to be better about that.
It's something that's so important, and as an esthetician, and my esthetician friends would probably all be like, this is common knowledge, but it's just not. I go through the same process every day with folks that are just like, really?
Yeah, well, I think,
but you don't know. Who's telling you?
Yeah, and what I'm being told, what I hear from like people like Huberman and stuff, is like get out in the sun early in the morning and let it be exposed on your skin.
Yeah, vitamin D is good.
Yeah.
Between the hours of 10 and 2, that's when you really want to be super cautious about your SPF. But yeah, getting vitamin D is also good for the body. You can go too far to the extreme,
Yeah.
So
you're not going to lose out on vitamin D if you spray yourself or
exactly.
apply SPF.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I will be better about it. I'll make a concerted effort.
There you go.
Yeah. Especially on my dome.
Yeah.
On my bald head.
Yep.
Like
That's a hot spot.
Yeah, it got burnt earlier this summer, and it was not good.
Those little mineral sticks for you will be like a game changer.
Yeah.
You just dust it on and then you move on with your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
All right.
And so I ask everybody, we're up to an hour, so we'll wrap it up, but I want to do the last question, which I ask everybody, which is, what would your last meal be? Let's say for some reason you were on death row or whatever, and they could bring you anything you wanted. All you had to do is ask anything you wanted, as much as you want. What would it be?
I mean, meatballs are definitely there.
Yeah, we know that, right? With sauce this time, though,
With
right?
sauce and a ton of Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably some red wine to go with it too.
Nice.
Yeah, meatballs.
Meatballs, spaghetti, pasta, anything?
Yeah, we could do some pasta.
Okay,
yeah. Homemade pasta,
yeah.
obviously.
Oh, yeah. So much better. Yeah, actually, I was, our mutual friend Christine, I was talking with her about, like, where do you go for fresh pasta? And she goes, I make it myself.
Oh, yeah.
It's super easy to make.
That's what we did together during the holiday season. Cause
nice.
I make Christmas gifts for all my family and friends.
Yeah.
So we were turning out pasta in her kitchen many days for my Christmas gift. So she just was there with me, like, for the cause.
And then you like hang it and everything and dry it?
Yeah, so we made the pasta dough, and then we put it through her KitchenAid
extruder.
Until it's like really, really thin, and then you put it through. We did like fettuccine, so we kept it pretty simple. And then I just put it in little bags, sealed it, and popped it in the freezer, and then gave it out as Christmas gifts.
Nice.
What
That's a
we
great
use
idea.
at home is the hand one, which honestly wasn't that much harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
you
if
need
you're
a lot
doing
of counter space like this. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't make it.
It's super easy.
I should.
But we were doing it I was doing it for Christmas gifts, so we were doing like pretty heavy quantities.
Yeah.
And we had like multiple dates where we'd hang out and like make pasta together.
That's so fun, though.
It was so much fun.
Drink wine, make pasta.
Totally. Yeah.
I think if you're doing a large batch of it, you want that KitchenAid. You don't want to be rolling out all that dough.
My younger sister and her husband, they make it pretty much every Friday, just for the three of them. Their three little family. Yeah, family of three.
I got to do it because I just got a bunch of corn flour to make tortillas, and I've been working with that. And all it is the flour and water.
We used eggs. Yeah.
In the pasta it'd be eggs, but just for the corn tortillas, it's just like
water. To make your own corn tortillas.
Yeah, it's so simple, and I'm like, I should be doing this. Yeah. Because, that way I can control what goes in it. Yeah. And it's just fresher and better.
And it feels good. It's a slippery slope. We started baking bread a couple of years ago, and then that turned into bagels, English muffins. Now we're on to pasta. I'm like, I'm not going down the yogurt road.
Yeah. When's your line of bagels coming out?
Oh, man.
I want some of those.
When I left my position at Spa Cascata and before I knew I was opening a business, that was a joke between my friends and I. I was like, they're like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know. I might just make bagels.
Yeah. Bread products, pasta, all that stuff.
Yeah. So if this fails, if Namastetics fail, it'll be Namaste Bagels. Yeah. I'll work on the name.
Work on the name, yeah.
Namaste cool. Bagel.
Yeah. That's great. I love it. I love everything you're doing.
Thank you.
And if we get
right
these
back
movement, thank you. If we get these movement classes going, we got to link up and do them together.
When we get them.
When we get them together. When we get them going. So if people want to reach out to you, inquire about your services, anything that you're doing, private yoga, everything that you talked about, where can they reach you?
So namasteticsbeauty@gmail.com, all one word. Through Instagram, Namastetics Beauty. I'm booking on Vagaro. That's the site that I use for my booking. And then, my booking site has my phone number. It's my personal number. Give me a jingle. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting. It was a great conversation. I love it. I've been wanting to talk to somebody about like yoga and movement and stuff. And it's great.
I feel like we could do this all day.
All day. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So thanks again for coming on. Thank you everybody for listening. Stay healthy out there. Take care.